country runner
yes.
as well, because she's just got 100% battery life. And, she goes to the basket, made some nice layups tonight. And even when things got bleak, she didn't quit. She kept fighting. So good choice for player of the game.
And, I've heard Andrew Swadner interview her several times the last few years and, talk about her. And just, not only is she, a good basketball player, she's one of those kids, you're just all-around athlete. Any team she's on, she's going to make it better because of her athletic ability.
Yep, she's probably one of my favorites here in Indianola. She's so coachable. If you coach her up, she's going to do it, and she's a quick study. But the one thing that coaches will always tell you is you can't coach heart.
Yeah.
And she has the heart of a lion, no question. No matter what the score is on the scoreboard, she's going to play hard. And I guarantee you that Johnston is probably in that locker room now saying, man, she was a shark tonight.
Yeah, and I know a few young ladies and men over at Knoxville that wear black and gold that have the same kind of DNA as Emily Naughton. So, it's every high school has that. Key play of the game, I'm going to go back to the first half. There was just a beautiful ball movement. It was one of those, the possession was kind of long for Johnston, but at the end, Aaliyah Riley just shot down the lane and put it. I think you even mentioned that was kind of a lull you to sleep possession. Yep. Where they just kind of passed it around the perimeter, and Indianola thought, okay, they're going to shoot from three. No, they're not. They just blew right by us and laid it in.
Yep, and that honestly was probably the exclamation point on the game. That's just, they kind of lull you to sleep, and then all of a sudden they just hit you with a dagger. And in that case, I recall that. Riley just went right down the lane and put it up, and the Indians were kind of flat-footed because the ball had just been thrown around the outer three-point line, and that just was symptomatic of the game and just shows you how many different weapons that Johnston actually has.
That was a look at the DeArmond Ford Radio Key Play and Key Player of the Game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Taking a look at the road ahead, presented by Downey Tire Pros. And it really doesn't get a lot easier. Pella coming in here on Tuesday. Andrew Schneider, our Pella guy, will be doing the game for Andrew Swadner that night. And I tell you, Pella's not Johnston by any stretch of the imagination, but they're still a good team, and they're still a very, very big obstacle to get through for Indianola. So that is what's ahead. Believe that'll be back on 94.3 KNIA with Andrew Schneider. I believe you're working with him too that day.
It might be Rick. I'm not
Rick?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll see. When Andrew Swadner leaves, I think chaos ensues.
Well, I thought Andrew was the chaos, but
oh well. Everybody's tuning in like, who is this? Who's this knucklehead talking to me? And it's not you. It's they're saying that about me. That was a road ahead presented by Downey Tire Pros, locally owned and operated. Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. Tonight's drive to the basket presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. We're going to go with that same drive to the basket that we talked about just moments ago when Aaliyah Riley took that and really, as we said, kind of the exclamation point to the game here. Tonight's drive to the basket presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. Stop in and make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's Eatery and Draft House before the next big game. Tonight's creative idea presented by Swagabees, and we're going to give that to Johnston, just going zone for some of the game, and then switching back to man-to-man, really throwing Indianola off offensively throughout the game. That's been tonight's creative idea presented by Swagabees. Create your own coffee mugs, tumblers, shirts, and more with whatever designs you can imagine. Family photo or a hobby you want to brag about, they can do it at Swagabees. When we come back, it'll be time to talk about boys basketball as Indianola will take on Johnston. You're listening to high school basketball on KNIA, KRLS.com.
all know living in Iowa, the winter weather is never consistent. 1 minute warm, the next cold. Are you prepared for the ups and downs this winter? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can make sure your vehicle is ready for any chaos winter might bring by making sure it's performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can make sure you have the proper tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're ready for Iowa winter by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola. Check out the New Year savings at your Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola. A Napa 1000 peak battery amp jump starter is $68.99 each. Save up to 27 to 37% off select motor oil brands. Save between 25 to 29% off select peak windshield washer fluids. And save $9 to $15 per pair of Rain-X wiper blades. All these great New Year savings at your Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola, because that's Napa know-how.
Not all used vehicles are created equal. DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, wheel dent windshield repair, and repel shield. Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties: 1 year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
When shopping around for your internet provider, convenience is key. IMU Fiber's locally community-focused customer care reduces wait time for support, improves response time for service issues, brings hometown values to broadband services. IMU Fiber delivers a better broadband experience to Indianola homes and businesses. Utilizing a future-proof fiber network platform, they provide unmatched reliability so their customers will experience fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. Did I mention no contracts, no data caps, and no fine print? Just great service from people you know. IMU Fiber in Indianola.
A new year means new projects, and what better place to get all your new project supplies than McCoy True Value in Indianola. Stop in and take advantage of their January bargains of the month, featuring a Stanley Fastmax 35-foot tape measure for just $18.99. Get things packed up from the holidays with their Sterlite 64-quart latching storage box for just $9.99, and do all those indoor projects in comfort with a Comfort Zone Deluxe oil-filled radiator heater for just $49.99. Get those projects started now with McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
When your commercial heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Heinz Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order. Our experienced technicians can take on any obstacle your business comfort system throws at you, whether it's time for an emergency repair, a regular tune-up, or a new system installation. Schedule your appointment by calling Steve at Heinz Mechanical, 515-337-2074. Heinz Mechanical, we fix it right the first time, specializing on commercial properties.
Back here at Indianola High Schools, we welcome you back to the high school postgame show on KNIA-KBLS.com. Indianola boys, Class 4A's number 6 ranked team, 8-0 on the season, battling Johnston, who is 4-6 and 2-5 in the CIML. Indianola had an exciting finish last night as they beat Dallas Center Grimes 46-45, probably one of their more signature wins of the season so far. Dakota Heimball got the game winner in a rock fight, Rob, 46-45. But it don't matter when you look at the scoreboard and you see you got more points than the others. If it's 1-0, you're happy walking off the court.
Absolutely. The battle last night with DCG was epic. Indians without Drew Kingery, which is a huge loss to the Indians whenever he's not on the floor. But also a signature win for them going up against a tough DCG squad without their star player. And, the other people got a chance to step up and shine, and Dakota Heimball was a big part of last night's win.
Let's talk about that. No Drew Kingery tonight for the second straight game. How important is that going to be tonight?
Well, again, they're going to have to look for different ways to put the ball in the basket. Nice thing is Braden Dre is a great playmaker running the point up top, and you know what? Brady Blake does a nice job getting to the basket. I think Bennett Brick coming off the bench is going to have probably a bigger night tonight than maybe he normally does, just because of the loss of the offensive flow that does go through Drew Kingery.
And also for Johnston, 4-6 on the season after a state championship appearance last year in the Class 4A state tournament, 21-4. I don't know if they're rebuilding, but it's kind of a reset for Johnston. He lost a lot of those players from last year. They're 4-6 on the season. They did beat Southeast Polk on Tuesday, 62-55. So this isn't going to be an easy one by any stretch, but it's not the Johnston team from last year. And I think Indianola probably thinks, okay, thankfully that team's not showing up this year. We can probably handle this team a little bit better.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's all about the mindset. I think with them pulling off the big win last night, they got a little bit of confidence, a little bit of swagger, saying, hey, we can win, even without all of our players on the floor. And some other guys really probably stepped up last night and got some confidence in them, and hopefully that'll translate into today, and that just keeps going. But you're definitely right, Johnston, not quite the same squad they were a year ago.
Let's take a look at the DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. And, you just mentioned a few moments ago who's going to step up in place of Kingery. And you mentioned a couple of them coming off the bench, maybe some starters that don't always have the spotlight. Some of them may have to step into that spotlight tonight.
Yeah, I look for them to get the ball in low to Charlie Wilmot a little bit. Charlie works well down in the paint. He's got a nice touch, and he's deceptively fast. He's tall, lanky, and he's able to get down the floor. So I look for Charlie Wilmot to have a big game today.
That's our look at the DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Tonight's game time temperature presented by Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. 27 degrees currently in Indianola. Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has no hidden fees and just one great price on plumbing, heating, and air cooling systems to keep you comfortable. We'll come back. We'll talk more about tonight's game. You're listening to the High School Pregame Show on KNIA, KRLS.com.
Nothing is tougher on your vehicle than winters in Iowa. From road salt to icy roads to potholes and freezing temps, the last thing you want is to be stranded with a broken down vehicle when winter is at its worst. When it comes to servicing your vehicle this winter, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola. Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has a team of qualified service technicians qualified to help you with all your service-related needs to keep your vehicle running throughout the cold months ahead. Stop into Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola and get your vehicle serviced now.
Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics. Houston's on Main in Milo is home to Milo's best wood oven pizza. But it's not just pizza. From Spaghetti Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, to ribs on Fridays, as well as a full kids menu, adult beverages of every kind, Houston's on Main is the place to eat for everyone. Stop in and enjoy live music or have some fun with karaoke. There's something for everyone at Houston's on Main in Milo.
Thank you again for keeping us strong and growing from our family here at Houston's, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
Get your swag on at the newly opened Swagabees in Indianola. Stop in for awesome swag from graphic t-shirts to hoodies, blankets, drinkware, gifts, novelties, and custom designs just for you. Be sure to check out Swagabees' organic, all-natural sweet scents collection and so much more. You've got team spirit and so does Swagabees. The Swag Our Community program gives back $2 per shirt from the swag wall to area schools. For that unique gift idea, visit Swagabees, open daily at 1709 North Jefferson Way, Indianola.
Back here at Indianola on the high school pregame show. Let's take a look at the Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine scoreboard. And that is final 67-30. Indianola loses to Johnston in the girls' game. Over on the college side of things, at the half, it is Loris over Central, 32-21. Simpson dominating Luther at the half, 45-25. Simpson outscores Luther 25-7 in the second quarter. So on the other side of town here in Indianola, looks like things are going pretty well for the women of Simpson. Men will follow. If you want to catch that, that is on 94.3 KNIA. Currently, Nathan Sage and Rick Wilson are on the call of that one. Well, looking at at this Indianola team, Rob, again, Little Hawkeye Conference. I think the Little Hawkeye Conference prepares Indianola for a game like this. Yeah, you're not playing the best team out of the CIML, but you're playing in a conference that's probably the next thing to the CIML on any given night.
Yeah, every game is a dogfight, and may the best man win. And so this Indians team, they're not scared to come out here on the court. They're not going to be intimidated. They're going to attack, and I think that starts with the coaching, Coach Ebling. He's aggressive. He wants his players to get out and run, and he's not afraid to take anybody on. So I think this Indian squad's going to come out here and put on their best effort. And I really think last night, winning again without Drew out there on the floor really is going to embolden this group to work even harder and get another W today.
It's Johnston and Indianola setting up shop tonight. Now, series history, at least in the Bound era, these two teams also very familiar with each other. They used to play each other, I think, once or at least twice during the season, and back when Indianola was in the CIML days. Last time they played was February 28th of 2020 in a 4A sub-state semifinal, which Johnston won 65-60, and Johnston has won the 15 of the last 17 meetings. And Indianola last won back on January 19th, 2007, 54-51. Obviously, in the last 5, Indianola is 5-0, getting a nice victory over Ankeny back on December 12th as one of their signature wins of the season. And, of course, last night was Dallas Center Grimes. For Johnston, 1-4 in the last 5. They've kind of hit a roadblock, but they also go through a gauntlet schedule in the CIML. Their last win was just this past Tuesday against Southeast Polk, 62-55. When we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups. You're listening to the high school pregame show on KNIA, KRLS.com.
Not all used vehicles are created equal. DeYarman certified used vehicles have a big advantage. What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, wheel dent windshield repair, and repel shield. Also, all DeYarman certified come with 2 warranties: 1 year 12,000-mile bumper to bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeYarman Ford Indianola, DeYarman Automotive Knoxville, DeYarmanAuto.com.
When shopping around for your internet provider, convenience is key. IMU Fiber's local and community-focused customer care reduces wait time for support, improves response time for service issues, brings hometown values to broadband services. IMU Fiber delivers a better broadband experience to Indianola homes and businesses. Utilizing a future-proof fiber network platform, they provide unmatched reliability so their customers will experience fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. Did I mention no contracts, no data caps, and no fine print? Just great service from people you know. IMU Fiber in Indianola. Calvin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine gives you access to experienced board-certified surgeons that will work to get you back in the game. They treat patients from across Iowa, including right here in Indianola. If pain is leaving you unable to enjoy your favorite outdoor activities, Capital Orthopedics has an office right down the road inside the Indianola Specialty Clinic. Call today at 515-440-2676 or use the convenient online tool to request an appointment. Don't go another day letting that nagging injury or soreness keep you on the sidelines. Let Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine work on getting you back in the game.
Family owned and operated since 1918, Forest Septic is #1 in the #2 business. Located in central Iowa, Forest Septic Environmental Services has revolutionized the septic industry by having Iowa's first privately owned dewatering facility. Residential or commercial, Forest Septic has a large fleet of trucks named Smelly 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and are all ready for your septic maintenance and repair. #1 in the #2 business, Forest Septic, serving all of central Iowa.
Back here at Indianola, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup presented by Godfather's Pizza Express. For the Johnston Dragons, under the direction of Brian Frick, they come in at 4-6 on the season. They will go with Taylon Proctor, a 6'1 senior, or junior, I should say. Logan Carey, a 6-foot senior. Samuel Tornabane, a 6'7 senior. Jalen Richardson, a 6'3 sophomore. Nathan Rish, a 6'4 senior, and let's see. Yeah, I got them all there. That's the starting lineups for Johnston. For the Indianola Indians, under Coach Jeff Ebeling, They come in at 8-0 on the season, and they will be going with Dakota Heimball, last night's hero, a 5'9" senior. For other starter is Braden Dre, a 5'10" senior. Another senior for Indianola is Casey Glasscock, a 6'1" senior. Brady Blake, a 6'2" senior for the Indians, and Charlie Wilmot, a 6'4" senior. Those are your starting lineups presented by Godfathers Express in Indianola. They have the right starting help for any situation, offering both takeout and eat in. Come in and try their breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or get pizza to share with the family. My apologies if I read that kind of bumpy. I didn't realize they turned the lights out here at starting lineups. That's something that Andrew Swadner failed to mention during the starting lineups. You want the kids to have, get hyped up and everything, and it's a good way to get everybody hyped up. And they have kind of one big spotlight shining down on center court for everybody. And I tell you, whoever the announcer is, he is doing a good job tonight.
That's Darren Johnston.
Johnston.
He's the best in the state, best PA guy we have, man.
He has got a voice
awesome.
now, I'll tell you.
Like, he's got that deep throat, PA voice.
Yeah, he does. That is an outstanding. And, there are PA announcers all over the place that do a good job. And there are some schools that just don't use one. It's like, come on.
It definitely adds to the atmosphere of the game. Darren does a great job, been doing it for a long time, really supports the youth here in Indianola.
All right, we are ready to go. Colors of the game. Thank you, Johnston, for wearing numbers we can see, unlike the girls. They are wearing black uniforms with purple trim, but the numbers are big and white, so we can see them. Indianola in the white with purple and gold trim. The script Indianola across the jersey. Kind of old school look there for the Indians.
Oh, I love that look. Love it.
Sometimes you don't have the need the fanciest things to be known.
That's right.
Jumping center for Indianola will be Charlie Wilmot. Jumping center will be Samuel Tornabin. And we are away. Tip controlled by the Dragons. With it is Nathan Roosh. He'll go over to Prestige Taylor, actually gets the start today for Johnston. Taylor gets it over to Roosh inside. Now outside to Proctor, a three, and he got it. Dalen Proctor, his first points of the night, and it's 3-0 Johnston.
That looked like it was shot out of a cannon. That was a quick release.
Braden Dre with the ball now on the right side. Goes to Brady Blake. Dre now over to Casey Glasscock. Stops in the high post. Gets it outside to Dre, and he's fouled taking a three, and he'll take 3 free throws on that one.
Yeah, Proctor jumped out there on Dre, who was taking the shot. Good 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line, and he ran into him, causing the foul here.
So Dre will be at the free throw line. His first one on the way, and it's good. So Indianola dents the scoreboard for the first time tonight. And Dre, another one, and he got that one. Looked about the same as the other one.
Dre shooting 69% on the season at the free throw line.
So reasonably reliable free throw shooter normally, and he rattles that one in. So Dre goes 3 for 3. He gets the game tied at 3. Here is Proctor Taylor with it. Prestige Taylor hands off to Tornabone. Tornabane goes over to Proctor. Now throws it over to Roosh. Roosh into the lane. Stearns pivots, puts up the shot. Short rebound right into the hands of Taylor. He will drive in, puts it up no good, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Johnston, and Indianola will control it.
Definitely a rebound battle going on here, and Indianola definitely has to go ahead and fight for every single rebound.
So with it is Braden Dre across midcourt. Dre goes over to Heimball. Dakota Heimball drives into the lane, kicks it out to Dre. He'll take the three. It is no good. Rebound, out of bounds. It'll stay with Indianola.
Charlie Wilmot in there battling for the rebound and had good position there, but Johnson knocked it out of bounds.
So inbounding will be Casey Glasscock. Glasscock gets it in to Brady Blake. Blake muscles up, puts it up, shot up, no good. Got his own rebound, back up, and he gets hammered.
Oh, nice second chance opportunity there for Brady Blake, and he capitalizes going to the free throw line.
Foul goes on Samuel Tornabane, his first team second. At the line is Brady Blake. And his first free throw drops in. Of course, just, listening to all the sports reports daily and listening to Radio Sports page, you hear a lot about this young man, too, on just about the entire school year and the sports he does.
He's an exceptional athlete, and no coincidence, he's a pretty good basketball player.
Yes. Here is Prestige Taylor with it as Blake makes both free throws, and Indians have a 5-3 lead. Out to Henry. Henry on the baseline. Throws it out to Proctor. Proctor puts a shot up and in. Boy, not sure how that went in. That thing need kind of a heat shield to come down, but he ties up the game at 5.
Proctor, just such a quick release. Almost looks like a slingshot.
Glasscock gets it into Charlie Wilmot, and he scores, and he'll have a chance to complete a three-point play.
Nice pass down into the paint there, Charlie, with the nice finish going to the free throw line. And Charlie, he takes a lot of high percentage shots. That's why he's got a 78% field goal percentage currently.
Wow. Tornabane has his second foul, so we'll see how much that affects the Johnston Dragons here.
Well, and that's definitely going to help inside the paint because Tornabane's one of their biggest rebounders.
Wilmot makes a free throw. 8-5, Indianola on top. With it is Roosh. Roosh gets it over to Carey. Carey drives to the baseline, and it's intercepted by Wilmot. Wilmot comes around with it. He'll hand it back to Dre. Braden Dre gets a double team, throws it top of the key to Dakota Heimball. Heimball outside to Glasscock, and Glasscock will reset and direct some traffic. Gets it to Wilmot outside. Wilmot goes to the left side, gets to Blake. Blake over to Dre, a three. It is no good. That was actually Heimball, and Blake gets it poked out of bounds and out of his grasp. It'll stay with Indianola.
Blake really does have an uncanny ability to get himself into position to at least fight for a rebound. His positioning is very well coached.
Jalen Richardson in for Johnston. Here's Heimball with it, gets it to Glasscock. Glasscock loses it, but picks it back up. Over to Braden Dre. Dre works it towards the baseline left side, out to Wilmot, flips it to Blake. Blake will take the three, and couldn't get it. Bounced around a couple of times, just didn't want to fall in. Here's Richardson on the other end for Johnston. Richardson goes to Proctor. Talon Proctor hands off to Prestige Taylor. Taylor on the right side. Taylor goes over to Roosh. Roosh will shoot a three. It's short. Rebound to Blake. Blake running across midcourt. Blake in the lane. Dishes out to Heimball. Heimball will drive in. Cut off. Throws it out to Dre. Dre into the lane. Goes out to Blake. Baseline three is good. Brady Blake, his fifth, and timeout Johnston. The Indians have gone on an 11-2 run in the last couple of minutes. And was there a timeout or not? I don't believe there was now. There was a whistle, and I think even PA announced a timeout, but I think both teams said no. Neither of us called a timeout.
I saw one of the officials patting his chest like he made a mistake.
Okay, so must have been an inadvertent whistle, so we'll play on. Here is Richardson. He'll take the fall-away jumper and good. Jalen Richardson stems the tide a bit for Indianola, makes it 11-7. Now here is Dre with it. Dre goes over to Heimball, now to Wilmot. Charlie Wilmot, top of the key, out to Heimball. Back over to Braden Dre. Dre drives in, cut off, zone defense by Johnston. Wilmot drives in, dishes off to Glasscock for the three. It's no good, in and out. And Johnston has it. Proctor running. Proctor gaining speed. Proctor into the lane. He will turn, he will fire, he will make it.
Wow, that was a nice spin move there. He got the defense up in the air and then really took basically an uncontested shot.
And quickly it's 11-9 as Johnston has gotten back into it, and an offensive foul on Indianola. It's going to go on Glasscock. And that will be his first, team's first.
Looks like Bennett Brick just checked into the game.
course, Bennett Brick, the outstanding quarterback for the Indians. And a foul. That's an offensive foul. Blake and Richardson both hit the deck, and Richardson's going to get the worst end of that as he is called for an offensive foul, his first team's fourth. As I was just saying, Bennett Brick, the outstanding quarterback the last couple of years for the Indians football team, and he was very instrumental in that run to the quarterfinals this year and last as well.
Yes, he was.
Here's Dre with it. Dre over to Glasscock. Glasscock drives in, gets that back out to Dre, top of the key, drives in, dishes out to Glasscock, puts it down. He just about lost it. Now Heimball has it to Blake. He'll look over to the bench, get the play from Coach Ebling. Now Dre has it. 5 seconds to shoot. Dakota Heimball puts it up. He got it, the foul.
Wow, what a move there by Dakota Heimball, driving the lane and had a defender right in his face, and he just shot a floater that banked off the glass. Count it, and one.
Foul went on Jalen Richardson, his second, team's fifth. And Dakota Heimball at the free throw line trying for a three-point play. Carey back into the game for Johnston. Trying to figure out, is that a logo they have on the front of their jersey? Trying to see that as Heimball gets the three-point play.
It looks like a little dragon or something. Yeah.
With it is Carey. Carey on the baseline, flips it outside to Taylor. Prestige Taylor a three, and he gets it.
That was a good-looking shot right there by Taylor.
Down court, here is Bennett Brick. Brick now throws it to Glasscock, now to Blake. Blake top of the key to Dakota Heimball. Back over to Brick, a long three. He got it. Bennett Brick, his first points of the night, 17-12.
And that's big. Bennett Brick providing some offensive go juice there.
Now here is Roosh with the ball on the high post. Roosh will take a fall-away jumper, and he got it. I tell you, I don't know what more Dakota Heimball could have done with that.
That was great defense. The Johnston player just made a great
better
shot.
Offense. Yeah, here's a three by Dre. He gets it. Braden Dre. Everybody shoots threes tonight for Indianola to make it 20-14 Indians with 2:13 left in the first quarter.
And you can watch out. Braden can get on a hot streak in no time flat.
Here is Proctor with the ball. Talon Proctor, off-balance shot. He missed it, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Goes on Braden Dre, his first, team second. And Talon Proctor at the free throw line. 7 points already in this first quarter for Talon Proctor.
Feels like the intensity of this game just went up 18 notches here in the last 2 minutes.
Both teams shooting free throws well. No, but we have not had a missed free throw yet in this game, in this first quarter. Most of it by Indianola, of course.
Yep.
Second one coming up for Proctor, and he scores two. New face in the ball game for Johnston, Alec Bauer, 6'3 junior. And for Indianola, Jackson Overton into the contest, a name I have heard quite often throughout the school year.
Jackson's a great golfer.
Yes. I have heard a lot of him. We heard from him a lot during the spring last year. Here is Heimball with it. 1:50 remaining in the first quarter. Here's a three by Overton. He missed it. Rebound taken away by Jacob Simpson, who also just checked into the contest. On the other end is Taylor. Prestige Taylor misses a shot, and a good great aggressive rebound by Heimball. He'll get it to Dre. Dre drives in, kicks it out to Blake. Blake now will spin in the lane. He'll get it out to Dre. A three is short. Rebound to the Dragons. Proctor with it across midcourt. Proctor into the lane, now backs it out. He'll go over to Bauer. Bauer over on the baseline to Simpson. Here's a long three by Talon Proctor, and he hits it. Talon Proctor already with 12 points and a lead for Indianola, down to 1 at 20-19.
Talon Proctor having a nice first quarter. Definitely keeping Johnston in this thing.
Braden Dre with it for Indianola. Dre over to Dakota Heimball. He'll take the long three. It missed. Johnston can take the lead on this possession here. Carey with it across midcourt. Carey drives in, slips, turns, shoots. No good. Rebound right back out to Carey, top of the key. He'll send it over to Bauer. Bauer, a three from the baseline. It doesn't fall, and Blake with the rebound. Blake
wow, what a sequence there.
Blake will send it to Dre, and with 29 seconds remaining and the shot clock and game clock within a second of each other, Indianola can virtually take it all the way down to the end of the quarter. Heimball with it. Heimball on the left side. And that's what Indianola's going to do, just kind of play it down so Johnston doesn't have a lot of time when they get the ball back. Here is Dre with it. 7 seconds, 6. He lost the ball, got it back. Scramble mode on the baseline. Flips it up to the rim, no good. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. I think they kind of lost track of time there, but an entertaining first quarter of play. Indianola 20, Johnston 19. You're listening to high school basketball from the Indianola High-V radio broadcast booth on KNIAKRLS.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Z's Eatery and Draft House in Indianola is hiring. Z's is currently in need of servers, hosts, dishwashers, and part-time line cooks. If you have experience in the food industry and are looking to be part of a fun-filled, fast-paced environment, stop down to Z's Eatery and Draft House at 1501 North 1st Street in Indianola and fill out an application. Come join the Z's team and be part of the restaurant voted Warren County's dinner favorite. Z's Eatery and Draft House, where friends become family.
When your commercial heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Heinz Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order. Our experienced technicians can take on any obstacle your business comfort system throws at you, whether it's time for an emergency repair, a regular tune-up, or a new system installation. Schedule your appointment by calling Steve at Heinz Mechanical, 515-337-2074. Heinz Mechanical, we fix it right the first time, specializing on commercial properties.
Back here at Indianola, 20-19. Indians lead it over Johnston as we start the second quarter of play. Braden Dre with 6 points to lead Indianola. 12 from Talon Proctor. That's in case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Here's Jackson Overton with the ball to Wilmot. Charlie Wilmot gets it to Andrew DeWall, who checked in during that break. Over to Casey Glasscock. Glasscock goes to Dre. Dre baseline. Oh, what a pass to Wilmot, but he can't finish the shot.
Wilmot got met by 3 Johnston defenders there, but great pass.
Now here's Carey with the ball over to Bauer. Bauer a 3, no good. And a rebound into the lap of Dre. Braden Dre with it across midcourt. Send it over to Glasscock. A long 3, missed it. Rebound taken away by Johnston. Hands off to Proctor. Proctor down court to Carter Looney, and he gets called for traveling. 6'9" sophomore, and that big, you probably aren't going to stop your momentum just real quickly.
Yeah, it looked like he really wanted to slam into the wall, man, to stay in bounds, but traveled with the basketball.
Well, thankfully there's padding on the wall behind the basket. Here's Jackson Overton with it. Overton over to Dre. Dre will drive in over to the baseline. Send it out to Glasscock, who drives to the basket and scores his first 2.
Great move by Casey there. Took it to the rack and went right over Loney.
Now here's Top Proctor with it. Talon Proctor dishes off to Roush. Roush into the lane. Turns. Can't find anything. Goes out to Proctor. Around to Carey. Carey into the lane. Now out to Roush. Puts it up from the high post. No good. Rebound into the hands of DeWall. He'll clear it to Braden Dre.
Indianola doing a nice job on the board so far in this game, Derek.
Dre, top of the key, goes to Glasscock. Casey Glasscock on the right side, sends it inside to Wilmot, and he scores. Give Glasscock the assist. Give Charlie Wilmot his 5th point, and Johnston wants a timeout.
Yeah, that's just nice positioning by Charlie down in the paint. He's able to just work himself loose no matter if he's getting double teamed or not. He's always got an opportunity to put the ball in the basket and hopefully draw a foul. He didn't get it there, but doing a nice job doing those little things that you don't see in a box score.
Let's take a look at the Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Into the third quarter, Simpson leads Luther 52-46. And it is Loris over Central 54-46. That's women's college basketball. And let's see, I'm not sure when one of our Division I area teams are playing tonight. Iowa State Iowa State leads TCU 66-65 very late in that game. So Cyclone fans,
let's go State.
Yeah. Are you a Hawkeye or Cyclone?
I'm a Cyclone.
You're a Cyclone.
All the way.
I was in Hawkeye country the other night, and so want to thank the hospitality of all the Hawk fans over there. Overton drives in, puts it up, and he missed it. By the way, I was rooting for the other team, if you want to know. So I went home disappointed.
There you go.
But it was a fun night, though.
There you go.
Either way, K-Ray with the ball over to make that
DeWall.
Andrew DeWall. Here is Wilmot on the baseline. Lobs it out to Overton, over to Dre. Braden Dre, runner on the baseline, no good. And Charlie Wilmot pops it out of the hand of Looney, and it'll go to Johnston. Dakota Heimball back in the game. Also, Kalen Proctor back in as well. And Jacob Simpson will check in also for Johnston.
Jackson Overton and Braden Dre getting a little break. And Overton, nice sub in there. Nice minutes there off the bench for Coach Ebling.
5:36 remaining in the first half. Johnston with the ball trailing by 5. Taylor, here's a long three. No good. Rebound to Brady Blake. He'll clear it to DeWall. Andrew DeWall feeds it over to Blake on the left side. Blake gets it to Charlie Wilmot. Back outside to DeWall. Around to Heimball. Dakota Heimball falls down in a lane, and he loses it. Had 3 Johnston players around him, and Jacob Simpson comes the right way with it. Here is Taylor with the ball. Prestige Taylor, what a move inside, but missed it badly. Got his own rebound back, puts it up no good. Another rebound by Johnston. This time it's no good either, and Wilmot finally gets the board.
Charlie Wilmot just would not be denied in there, just battling for those rebounds.
Andrew DeWall goes to Charlie Wilmot, top of the key. Wilmot hands it off to Glasscock. Casey Glasscock on the right side dribbling. Glasscock sends it over to Heimball. Heimball now throws it to DeWall, now to Glasscock, or make that Wilmot, and Wilmot gets handcuffed by Nathan Roush, and he will have his first foul, team 6th. Roush gets that foul, and substitution, Dylan Grandin, 6'1 senior for Johnston. So Coach Frick using a lot of the bench.
Yeah, he likes to play that up-tempo game, and I think he likes to run a lot of horses.
Here's Glasscock with the ball. Glasscock, and threw it away. Went by 2 Indianola players, and picking it up is Prestige Taylor. He'll go out to Roush, and he missed a shot. Good block out there by Brady Blake, and he'll come up with the rebound. Blake across midcourt. Blake goes over to Glasscock, now to Heimball. Dakota Heimball drives in, puts up on the glass, no good. Rebound to Johnston. Proctor with the ball. Proctor in the lane. He had it stolen away, and they're going to call a foul on Indianola. Going to go on DeWall.
Tough foul call there. Andrew with a nice play. Just didn't get the favor whistle there.
That's DeWall's first and team's 3rd. Here's Simpson with the ball. Simpson over to Grandin. Back to Taylor. Over to Grandin. Grandin on the left side. Hits it over to Prestige Taylor, to Talon Proctor. Proctor now to Roush. Roush gets it over to Grandin on the right side. Drives the baseline. Cut off. 14 to shoot. Here's a 3 by Roush. He banked it in.
You said something during the girls' game about banking hours. I think they were still open there.
Yeah, weekend out-of-town banking hours there.
Yeah.
Here is Glasscock with the ball. Glasscock gets it to Blake, and he gets run into by Jacob Simpson, who pleads his case, but he's not going to get any sympathy. 24-22 with 3:26 remaining in the first half. Indianola on top of Johnston, and at the line is Brady Blake. 5 points tonight, 2 of 2 from the line. In fact, Indianola is perfect from the line so far this evening. I should say this afternoon.
Brady.
We're used to having games at night.
It is tough to make that adjustment. Brady Blake shooting 74% from the free throw line on the season.
So a very reliable free throw shooter is Blake on the way, and he makes that one. 6 points for Blake and extends the lead to 25-22. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. This game has been between 3 and 6 points for the most part as Blake misses on that free throw. Indianola has led for the most part. Here is Taylor with it, and looks like Taylor got hand checked.
Foul number 2.
Yeah, Taylor made a quick move towards the lane, and Dakota had to play catch up there and ended up fouling him.
That's his first, team's fourth. Stay tuned for the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram radio halftime show. Hopefully we'll chat with Jeff Jansen, the girls team. Tough loss for the Indianola girls tonight over to number 1 ranked Johnston in Class 5A. Jacob Simpson has it over to Prestige Taylor. Taylor now gives it to, Taylor still has it. Gets it out to Richardson. Jalen Richardson in the lane. He lays it in.
Nice move there by Richardson.
Jalen Richardson with his 4th point, and the lead is down to 1 again. Here's Braden Dre, goes to Brady Blake, and a palming violation. So Indianola turns it over.
Brady looked at the official like, who, me? But, I've never met a basketball player who thought he carried the ball.
Yeah. Just watch the NBA for about 5 minutes. Here's Simpson with it. Simpson top of the key. Simpson goes towards the baseline on the right side, and that's an offensive foul. He absolutely bulldozed Bennett Brick, and that's his 2nd foul.
Yeah, when you see that shoulder lower, the dip there, you know that's going to be an offensive foul.
And Coach Frick is not happy with that call, and the official is, I'm telling you, I know that official, and he does not have a very good patience for coaches who are arguing. Yeah. Dre loses it out of bounds, but it was touched last by Johnston. I've seen him.
And Coach Frick is still working
he is
the referee
still,
down there.
And he probably needs to get back into his box there.
Yeah.
Here is Dre with it. Dre gets it to Casey Glasscock. Blake 3, no good, and Zach Heimball is going to get called for the foul on the rebound.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Those are those tic-tac fouls that you hate to see because it kind of changes your game strategy.
So that's his 2nd. Back in is Jackson Overton with 2:12 remaining in the first half. This game's kind of slowed down a little bit scoring-wise. Taylor has the ball to Rouge. Rouge inside to Jackson. To Richardson.
Ooh.
Richardson and...
Oh, that could have been called offensive.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
could have. And I think Blake's going to get the unfortunate, unlucky foul there.
Looked like Richardson dipped his shoulder again.
Wilmot will replace Blake. And Proctor will inbound. Proctor lobs it out to Richardson. Richardson drives towards the basket, lays it up and in, and Johnston has a lead all of a sudden. 26-25.
Such a large stride. That first move to the basket's quick.
Here's Wilmot to Dre. Braden Dre on the baseline. Throws it out to Wilmot. Dangerous pass on the left side. Wilmot will put it up, and an offensive foul on Wilmot.
Yeah, went in there out of control, and Johnston players were set there. Unfortunate. Nice aggressive move. You don't want to take that away from him, but definitely got to do it under control.
So back in is Carey. And Johnston will have the ball with 1:39 remaining in the first half. And Prestige Taylor will have it across midcourt. Prestige Taylor hands it off to Carey. Carey over to Richardson. Inside he goes, and he scores.
Yeah, power move over Andrew DeWall there in the paint by Richardson.
28-25. Here's Charlie Wilmot with 1:18 remaining in the first half. Wilmot goes to DeWall. DeWall in the corner over to Wilmot. Throws it around to Braden Dre. He'll take the long three. Good! Braden Dre, a big shot there. He's got 9, and we're tied up at 28. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Jalen Richardson hands off to Roosh. Roosh in the lane, turns, puts it up and in. Nathan Roosh, his 7th point, 30-28, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Dre with the ball now, goes over left side. Dre goes to Wilmot, top of the key. Charlie Wilmot goes off to Jackson Overton, inside to Wilmot. Got it blocked, he got it back, ball loose, and it's picked up by Johnston. Dragons have it, Carey has it, 26 seconds remaining, shot clock is off. Carey, and it looks like Johnston's gonna wait for the final shot. Carey now near the 10-second line, 14 seconds remaining. Carey goes to Prestige Taylor, 8 seconds. Prestige Taylor, top of the key, 5, 4, spins in a lane, floats, puts it up, no good. Rebound to Indianola. Half-court shot is short, and that will end the first half of play. 30-28, Johnston leading Indianola at the halftime break. You're listening to high school basketball on KNIA, KRLS.com.
Have you checked out the Indianola YMCA? Your Indianola YMCA would like to invite you to stop by your local Y and discover the many benefits of belonging to a nonprofit organization dedicated to building strong kids, strong families, and strong communities. Improve your health and fitness, learn new skills, connect with others. It's all waiting for you here at the Y. They'd love to give you a tour and offer you a free pass so you can try the Y for yourself. Call or stop in today to find out more. Your Indianola YMCA. It's where you belong. Check out the New Year savings at your Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola. A Napa 1000 peak battery amp jump starter is $68.99 each. Save up to 27 to 37% off select motor oil brands. Save between 25 to 29% off select peak windshield washer fluids. And save $9 to $15 per pair of Rain-X wiper blades. All these great New Year savings at your Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola, because that's Napa know-how.
Cementech in Indianola is hiring for a variety of job openings. Along with competitive pay, Cementech offers free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions. They also offer 100% employee-owned annual stock grants to build your retirement nest egg at no cost to you, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Check out their job openings today at cementech.com/careers and come join the team at Cementech in Indianola.
Back here at Indianola, this is the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola, working with you and for you. We are joined now by Indianola girls basketball coach Jeff Jansen, who fell to number 1 ranked Johnston by a score of 67-30 in the girls game. Coach, that was a hornet's nest down there you were in.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it, Derek. You know, Johnston's the real deal. There's a reason why they've won 40 in a row or whatever it's been, and to turn around 18 hours after playing the number 2 ranked team in 4A, it was a tough one for our girls physically and a little bit mentally. But regardless, our girls learned a lot about each other this week, and we're going to take a lot of benefit from this week for sure.
And you know, I admired the fight in your girls too, especially Emily Naughton. I mean, she just played like she's supposed to. A senior, I assume she's a captain as well. And I made the comment that she's, you know, in the fourth quarter, she said, "Hey, I'm still fighting here. Who's with me?"
You know, and she never comes out, and so she's been doing this for 3 years, and she really sets the tone. And we did a lot of role defining this week, and hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much from last night, but one of the things that Emily spoke up was that she's a leader by example, and that's so true. You know, she's never letting up. She is not someone who is going to just stop playing and going through the motions. So really proud of her this week, and today was a big game for her.
Going in, what do you tell your team that, you know, everybody knows you're going to be a heavy underdog? Is it just, okay, let's work on what we want to work on. Let's try to get better at what we need to get better at?
Yeah, you know, on Wednesday this week, after a tough loss to Grinnell and heading into Thursday as well, practice, we tried to define what does success look like this week. And our girls were very honest. They were very open about what that meant. And that's where our growth is going to come from this week. Didn't like going 0-3. That doesn't make any coach happy, but we're going to find a lot of value in what we didn't do well this week and what we need to keep working on to keep tightening up in the rest of January.
You're obviously not afraid to play good teams. I mean, you got a whole conference where, there's no slouches in that conference. And you go out of conference and play teams like Johnston and, a couple other teams you're going to face this year. How much is that going to get your girls ready for later February when you're playing in a regional?
Absolutely. We got we play Pella on Tuesday. By no means is that at home, and that's going to be a huge game for sure. Well, next weekend we got Waukee here, and the weekend after that we travel to Clear Creek Commander, who's a top 8 team in 4A as well. So, this group of girls has come a long ways. Emily is the one on our team, and Jillian have a lot of varsity minutes, but otherwise not a lot of minutes throughout, especially with Kendall's injury last year. So we're learning a lot about ourselves. We're really trying to push the girls, and now we know how to push them even more to get ready for February and in that postseason run. So our girls are learning a lot, and we're hoping that's going to pay dividends later this season.
Thoughts on Pella coming in? They're not Johnston by any stretch of the imagination, but the tradition, and they're still a pretty salty team.
Absolutely. I have a lot of respect for Coach Forsyth and what he's been doing. Great guy, great coach, and his girls are obviously firing on all cylinders with how they've been playing. So haven't dug into them as much quite yet with this 3-game week, but we'll be spending a lot of time heading into Monday's practice, getting ready for them. And if you can't get up for a game against Pella at home, you can't get up for anything. So I know our girls will be ready to go on Monday after resting up this weekend and heading into a great week of practice, hopefully.
What are some things you want to work on Monday that, concentrate on Indianola, that you want to get better at before you face Pella?
Yeah, rebounding was a big trend this week that we didn't rebound well enough. So we have to get back to the basics of rebounding, wanting the basketball, being physical before the shot gets put up, and going to get the basketball. Similarly, the teams had a lot of success pressuring us this week full court, and so we're going to really have to go back to putting our girls into stressful situations at practice where they're going to have to handle the ball in traffic, handle the ball while getting double teamed and getting trapped. And I haven't done enough of that this year so far, and that's on my shoulders, and I'm looking forward to watching the girls take these more reps in practice and implementing it in the games then.
All right. I think you'll see Andrew Schneider from Pella on Tuesday. Good to talk to you, and we'll wish you good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot.
That's Jeff Jansen, Indianola girls basketball coach. We'll be back for more right after this on KNIA-KRLS.com.
We all know living in Iowa, the winter weather is never consistent. 1 minute warm, the next cold. Are you prepared for the ups and downs this winter? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can make sure your vehicle is ready for any chaos winter might bring by making sure it's performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can make sure you have the proper tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're ready for Iowa winter by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Greater Iowa Credit Union's Greater Checking is a free account that pays you each month for doing the things you normally do anyway, like buying coffee or donuts. Plus, they have digital tools that make it a cinch to check your balance, deposit checks, or pay bills from anywhere. And with an interest rate over 80 times the national average, it really pays to have Greater Checking. Just go easy on the donuts.
Learn more at gicu.org/Greater Checking. Rate comparison in accordance with FDIC National Rates Report.
Have you checked out the Indianola YMCA? Your Indianola YMCA would like to invite you to stop by your local Y and discover the many benefits of belonging to a nonprofit organization dedicated to building strong kids, strong families, and strong communities. Improve your health and fitness, learn new skills, connect with others. It's all waiting for you here at the Y. They'd love to give you a tour and offer you a free pass so you can try the Y for yourself. Call or stop in today to find out more. Your Indianola YMCA. It's where you belong.
Back here at the Indianola High School. 30-28 is the halftime score. And just enough time to say you've been listening to the Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Radio Halftime Show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key to part of Indianola's community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with many local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. We'll come back and we will have the third quarter right after this. You're listening to Indianola Basketball on KNIAKBLS.com.
Family owned and operated since 1918, Forest Septic is #1 in the #2 business. Located in central Iowa, Forest Septic Environmental Services has revolutionized the septic industry by having Iowa's first privately owned dewatering facility. Residential or commercial, Forest Septic has a large fleet of trucks named Smelly 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and are all ready for your septic maintenance and repair. #1 in the #2 business, Forest Septic, serving all of central Iowa. Are you looking for a job in which you know you are making a difference in your community? You're in luck. TRM Disposal in Indianola is currently hiring for route drivers. They offer competitive pay, paid vacation, paid holidays, comprehensive benefits, simple IRA with company match, and company uniforms. A minimum of a Class B CDL with air brakes is required. Applicants must have a clean driving record and be able to successfully complete a pre-employment drug screening and background check. Apply at trmdisposal.com/careers and start making a difference in your community today.
Back here at Indianola, we get set for the third quarter. Rob, we do have confirmation that Andrew Swadner has safely landed in Orlando. And he's watching on the YouTube.
All right. Hey, good to see you, Andrew.
I asked him where he's going. He said, I'm going to Disney World. I said, you don't win a world championship or anything.
Yeah, I bet when you win the world championship, they probably don't charge you entrance fee.
And the thing is, he has no world championships because he's a Twins fan and a Vikings fan.
Yeah, well, I'm a Raiders fan, so I understand.
Yeah, well, I'm a Colts fan, too, so I am suffering this year.
I feel you.
Oh. I think I'm going to send Jim Irsay a stick of dynamite. Say, here, blow the place up, start over.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's gotten that bad. All right, underway here in the third quarter. Johnston starts with the ball and the lead, 30-28. Here's Roosh with the ball. He'll lean in. Missed it. Rebound tipped up and in by Samuel Tornabane.
Yeah.
4-point lead now for Johnston. Here's Braden Dre. He'll take a three. Good.
Indianola comes right back and answers with a three from Dre. This half starting off just like the first half ended.
32-31. Dre gets to Indianola within one and back up to four as Richardson says, all right, if we're going to play a game of horse, I'm in.
Wow.
Here is Dakota Heimball with it. Heimball looks over to Dre. Dre now to Heimball again on the right side. Goes back to Dre. Dre now hands it off to Glasscock over to Blake. Brady Blake turns, gets it out to Glasscock. He'll take a long three. It's no good. Rebound taken away by the Dragons. Here's Prestige Taylor with it across midcourt. Taylor up top. Taylor goes into the lane, now gets it to Richardson. He will drive in and score, count it, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Brady was right on top of him, riding on his hip there, and you're going to get that foul call 99 out of 100 times.
It's going to go on Blake. That is his second, team's first of the half. And Jalen Richardson, 13 points on the day, can give Johnston its biggest lead of the evening.
Richardson shooting 73% from the free throw line.
Yeah, very, very reliable for Johnston, and he has his 14th. 38-31 with 6:39 remaining in the third quarter. Glasscock has it for Indianola. Casey Glasscock over to Braden Dre. Dre looks it over to Glasscock, now to Blake. Blake lobs it to Dre. Dre drives into the high post, out to Blake. Blake right side. Blake goes to Glasscock. Almost a box and one out there for Johnston. Here is Glasscock, drives in, and he gets walloped. Foul occurred on the floor, so Indianola will get it out of bounds.
Yeah, he went into the trees there, and the trees swung back.
That is Richardson's third foul, so a little bit of foul trouble for Jalen Richardson. He'll have to go to the bench with 14 points and 3 fouls.
I say from a strategy standpoint, that works in Indianola's favor.
Yes. Here is Dre with the ball. Dre on the baseline. Dre goes out to Heimball. Dakota Heimball starts to drive, kicks it out to Blake, over to Glasscock. Glasscock left side. Glasscock towards the baseline. Now out to Blake. Blake now to Richardson to Heimball. Drives in, puts a shot up, and he gets fouled.
And Dakota Heimball so good at that. He gave a little ball fake and then drove the lane, and even though he had a much bigger player defending him, he's able to get him up in the air, and once you do that, you're probably going to get that foul call. Dakota doing a nice job filling in here today.
Roosh gets called for his second foul, team second, and Dakota Heimball, after the ball dances around on the rim a couple times, makes the free throw for his 4th point. Leading scorer in that first half was Dre with 9. He's got 12 now after an early 3. And Heimball's second free throw, it goes in, and he's got 5. Of course, he was a big hero last night at Dallas Center Grimes. 38-33, the lead for Johnston's down to 5. Prestige Taylor has the ball over to Carey. Carey over to Roosh. Roosh drives the baseline, puts it up, couldn't get it. Rebound, tipped up, no good. Rebound falls out to Carey. Carey now drives in and will lay it in.
And that's where those offensive rebounds kill you. You work so hard on defense and you don't get the rebound, they end up scoring.
Now here's Dre with the ball. Braden Dre right side, goes to Heimball. Goes around to Charlie Wilmot, now to Blake. Blake on the baseline, gets it out to Glasscock. Glasscock thought about the 3, didn't take it, over to Dre. Now back to Blake, a 3 for the baseline, it's no good. Rebound taken away by the Dragons. With it running is Proctor. Talon Proctor will slow it down, goes to Carey. Carey inside to Taylor, and he has it blocked. Coming the other way with it is Heimball for Indianola. Heimball right side with 4:52 remaining in the third quarter. Heimball goes to Braden Dre. Dre starts to drive, kicks it outside to Heimball. Long 3 is no good. Rebound taken away by Johnston. Proctor has it on the run. Proctor gaining speed into the lane, spins, lays it up, no good. Wilmot grabs the board. Dre now with it. Dre stops on the wing right side. Dre motioning for a pick. He'll take it over to Wilmot. Wilmot baseline, lost it out of bounds. It was actually tapped out by Roosh. And checking in for Johnston is Jacob Simpson. Now here is Dre with it. Dre will send it over to Blake. Blake on the right side. Blake, he threw it away, but Dre will come back and get it. Dre with 10 seconds to shoot. Over to Heimball, a 3, no good. Rebound taken away by Proctor. Proctor over to Taylor. Prestige Taylor gets fouled.
So going to be on Dre.
That's his second, team second. And timeout, I believe, called by Johnston. Nope, Indianola. Jeff Ebeling calls a timeout. And that is going to be a full timeout, looks like. We'll take one, too. 40-33 here in the third quarter. This is high school basketball from the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com.
Okay, Bailey, it's time to teach you how to drive in winter weather in Iowa.
Oh, no.
That's the spirit. Now take off slowly. Slowly, I said.
I'm trying.
What'd you do?
I'm sorry.
Let's face it, accidents happen, especially during winter in Iowa. Don't let it get you down. Whenever you get in an accident this winter, visit the auto body experts at Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola. They'll work with their insurance company to get your vehicle repaired quickly and back on the road. Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola.
Back here at Indianola, have a instant update, and Simpson has defeated Luther over across town 70-54. Back underway here in the third quarter. Indianola trailing 40-33 to Johnston. Taylor on the other end. He got the shot to fall, and he gets fouled.
That was a nice move by Taylor, and he went up and he just kind of hung in the air there long enough for Dakota Heimball to come down on him and get the foul, and the ball goes through the basket.
That was his third, team's third. And Taylor gets the shot to fall. His 6th point. Now here is Braden Dre with it. Over to Casey Glasscock. Or make that Dre now gets it to Brick. Around to Blake. Blake drives in. Goes out to Brick. Baseline 3. Good. Bennett Brick, his 6th point. 43-36. The lead trimmed to 7.
That was a big shot there for momentum-wise from Brick.
Now here is Tornabone. Tornabone, yep, that's an offensive foul. Brady Blake got mowed over by Tornabone.
I was just in the process of saying that should be an offensive foul.
Another Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Cyclones get a win over TCU 69-67.
Let's go. Nice win for State there.
Yeah. Put together a couple heart-stopping wins this week. Got one over Oklahoma earlier in the week. Here is Blake driving in, puts up the shot, and he gets called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, tough move in there, and not really much you can do as an offensive player there. The defense just got there a split second sooner and set.
3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 43-36. Here's a shot by Tornabone that rattles in from three-point range. His 5th point, 46-36.
Coach Ebling not happy about the defensive set there by the Indians.
Here is Dre with a 3, no good, and the rebound to Johnston. Dragons looking to break it open here, and an offensive foul away from the ball this time. And just by the way, Simpson is reacting. That is on him.
Blake and Brady Blake and Simpson were battling there, and there was a lot of hands being exchanged out there.
Coach trying to calm Brady Blake down. I think Brady was a little frustrated for the last couple of minutes, and Coach is still sitting him down to reset everything. Dre with the ball. Gets it to Glasscock, but he misses the shot.
Wow, great awareness by Dre there. Glasscock just not able to finish.
Proctor with the ball. Proctor over to Tornabone. Tornabane gets it back to Proctor. Now round to Logan Carey. Carey back over to Proctor. Proctor, a long 3. He got it. Proctor, his 15th point, and it's the biggest lead for Johnston, 49-36.
Proctor wide open. You can't give him that shot. He's going to make that every time.
DeWall with it, and DeWall gets it knocked from his grasp and out of bounds. So Bennett Brick will trigger in. And Brick will get it to Dre. Dre in between the rings. Goes to Brick. Brick on the baseline. Underhands it to Dre. Dre down the lane. Gets it outside to DeWall. Back to Brick. Around to Glasscock. 3 on the way. It is good. Rattles it in.
That's a nice corner 3 that's set up by the offense they're running right there, and nice ball movement.
49-39 with 1:24 remaining. Johnston with it. Here is Roosh with the ball. Roosh on the high post left side. Roosh looking around, hands it to Proctor. Proctor takes it to the basket and scores.
Defensive breakdown right there. Nobody switched over, and he's able to get the easy basket.
Here's Brick with it. Brick to Dakota Heimball. Long 3, no good. Rebound is to Johnston. Carey out now with it. Carey across midcourt. Goes top of the key. Drives down the lane. Loses it, but it's picked up right back by Carey. Now here is Roosh with the ball. Roosh high post, puts up the shot, and it goes in.
Brick switched over and had good defense on him, hand in his face. He just made a tough shot there.
38 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 53-49. Johnston's come out and played very well in this second quarter. Here's Dylan Grandin. Or make that Braden Dre. Dre, a 3 by DeWall. It's no good. 22 seconds. And Johnston can really put Indianola in a hole here with a made anything. Proctor has it. Proctor over to Roosh. Roosh now gets it to Carey. Carey finding somewhere to go to. Goes to Proctor. Talon Proctor towards the baseline. Puts up the fall-away jumper and got it as the buzzer sounds. 19 for Taylon Proctor, and it's 55-39 Johnston as the Dragons scored 25 third-quarter points. We will be back for the fourth quarter right after this. You're listening to high school basketball from the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com.
Not all used vehicles are created equal. DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, wheel dent, windshield repair, and repel shield. Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties: 1 year 12,000-mile bumper to bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Hey, this is Nate at Cabin Coffee Indianola. Come enjoy our family-friendly indoor setting. Get cozy by the fireplace with your favorite drink and play a board game. Need a relaxed space to have your next meeting? Or just want to catch up with your favorite people? In a hurry? Swing through our drive-thru. Cabin Coffee Indianola has it all for you. Come see us Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Don't forget to register to be the next Cabin Coffee fan of the game during the Indianola basketball broadcast. Cabin Coffee, Indianola.
Back here at Indianola High School. Indians have some work to do, trailing 55-39. They were outscored 25-11 in that third quarter.
Last 4 minutes of that third quarter was a tough one offensively. Let's see if we can get it going here.
Dre with the ball over to Casey Blake, or Brady Blake. Blake over to Charlie Wilmot. Wilmot inside to Brick. Brick loses it as he tries to go to the basket, and Johnston has it. Here's Jalen Richardson, drives in, puts it up, and is fouled, and Charlie Wilmot looks like it's going to get called.
Yeah, Richardson was spinning out of control there and kind of got bailed out by Charlie on that play.
Second foul on Wilmot, team's 5th. At the line, Richardson to the stripe to shoot 2. He has 14 points and leaves the first one short. One of the few misses by either team tonight.
Yeah, they both teams shooting very well from the free throw line, which, as a coach, you definitely are happy about that.
So Richardson's second free throw is no good. How about that? A rare 2 miss. And Indianola gets possession. Now here's Braden Dre with the ball. Dre fumbles it, got it back, and he'll go to Blake. Brady Blake on the high post, gets it over to DeWall. DeWall puts a runner up and no good, boy. Oh, stole it right back by Brick. He will put it to Wilmot and scores.
Great play by Bennett there to find Charlie cutting back to the basket. That's a good example of following the shot.
7 points for Charlie Wilmot, 55-41. Here's a near steal by Brick over to Proctor. Proctor takes a long shot, no good in. Wilmot has the board. Dre has it now, cross timeline. Blake with it. Blake on the baseline, goes to Wilmot. Wilmot out around the DeWall to Brick. Brick on the baseline. Brick feeds it to Wilmot, puts it in again. Give Brick another assist. Give Wilmot his 9th. And timeout, Johnston.
Nice little run here by Indianola right there.
30-second timeout called by the Dragons. And let's get to a Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. We told you Simpson women defeated Luther 70-54. It was, at last check, Loris 54, Central 46. Another Iowa Conference score, Wartburg over Nebraska Wesleyan, 87-25.
Wow.
Wartburg is good.
Yeah.
And there's a young lady from Knoxville that plays on there quite prominently named Maggie Wilkins, and talked to her this summer, and that they said it's our turn.
Okay.
After Simpson graduated that last class, it is their turn now, I think.
Better look out in the American Rivers.
Yeah. 55-43. There's still time for Indianola to get back into this one. What do they need to do?
Well, you know what? They just need to do what they just did in the last minute and 20 seconds. play controlled offense, look for a great shot. They're getting high percentage shots. In that last 4 minutes of the third quarter, they were taking a lot of quick shots, a lot of ill-advised three-pointers that they weren't squared up and ready to shoot. So they need to just keep doing that.
6:40 remaining in the game, and Taylor Proctor will have the ball. Hands off to Prestige Taylor. Taylor gets it to Jalen Richardson. Richardson on the high post, drives in. Wilmot went flying, and Taylor will get the shot.
Probably a good no call there by the referee.
Now, Indianola fans were begging for that, but referee did not call the foul either way. Here is Dre with it. Dre on the top of the key, spins, gets it out to Heimball. Dakota Heimball gets the brick. He'll take the three from the baseline. Got it!
And that's just what we're doing. They're playing within the framework of what Coach Ebling's got them doing there. Great setup and good finish.
57-46, and Heimball is going to get called for the foul against Prestige Taylor.
Foul number 2.
That will be Heimball's 4th, team 6. Johnston bench is kind of funny. They were wanting the shot, but continuation only happens in the NBA.
Right. Not beyond the three-point line.
Yeah. Taylor with the ball. Prestige Taylor over to Richardson. He'll take the three. No good. Rebound. Pinballs out into the hands of Taylor. Taylor on the baseline. Goes out to Proctor. Proctor spins around. Threw it away. That brings up by Wilmot, and he will lay it in.
Great hustle by Charlie Wilmot right there. Finishing strong with the layup. The Indians are within 9.
Got it down to single digits. Charlie Wilmot in double digits with 11. Now here is Taylor. Taylor on the right side over to Proctor. Proctor gives it to Roosh. Roosh top of the key. 18 to shoot. Taylor now drives into the lane, gets it to Richardson. He is fouled and he makes a shot. That's 10 for Richardson, and got a feeling that's going to be on Heimball.
It is, and that's his 5th.
Yep.
He's sitting down.
7th on Indianola. Dakota Heimball, last night's hero with 5 points, ends his night with 5:09 remaining in the game.
He may have only had 5 points tonight, but what he's provided on the defensive end and as a catalyst for the offense, you can't see in a box score.
Richardson makes the free throw. 16 points, now 17. And here is Blake with the ball. Blake on the baseline. Blake loses the ball, picked up by Richardson, and he gets fouled on his way to the basket. That's on Braden Dre, his 3rd, team's 8th.
Good hustle there by Braden Dre, getting down on the floor. He didn't give up. Unfortunately, got called for the foul.
I believe it's a 1-and-1 situation here for Jalen Richardson.
Richardson to shoot a 1-on-1.
Yeah, and Johnson with the 1-and-1 now with 18 fouls for Indianola.
So Richardson will be back at the free throw line. And first one's on the way and good. Back up to a 13-point advantage. Indianola had it down to as low as 9 moments ago. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical, as Richardson makes both of them. Indianola outscored 25-11 in that third quarter. Heinz Mechanical, your home should be comfortable no matter the weather. Bray gets it inside, goes out to Blake. Blake now into the lane, lost it, picked up by Glasscock. Glasscock will get it out to Brick, a long three, drills it. 3 by Brennett Brick, and a timeout called by Indianola.
Nice three-pointer there from Bennett Brick, who's quietly putting together a nice game, Derek.
Yeah, he is. He's got 12 points, all on threes, by the way.
Yep.
That's a 60-second timeout by Indianola, and 62-51. You know, you still got time, but less time than when you had it down to about this time last, a few moments ago. You know, we've seen glimpses of Indianola can run the offense and get a shot it needs, but that needs to be the thing all for the rest of the game now.
Yeah, and right now Indianola really needs to focus. Now they have to get stops because you can't afford to trade baskets anymore. So now the focus really for Coach needs to be in that huddle talking about defense and making sure that they only get one shot, if any at all, because you've got to have every defensive rebound from here on out to claw back into the game.
62-51 is the score here in this fourth quarter. Give you a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset, 62-51. 8 fouls for the Indians, 4 for Johnston, and timeout situation. Both teams pretty good with the timeouts. Now here is Prestige Taylor with it across midcourt. Taylor on the high post, spins, gets it out to Richardson. Richardson in a lane, fall away jumper is no good. Rebound to Bennett Brick. He'll clear it to Dre. Braden Dre gets it back to Brick. Brick into the lane. Lowe looks it out to Glasscock. Fakes a three. Drives in. Falls down. Gets it out to Dre for a three. Try good! Braden Dre, 15. And Indianola as close as it has been in a while. 8 points at 62-54. 3:53 remaining in the game. Here's Taylor with the ball. Prestige Taylor out to Tornabane. Tornabane, high post. Wilmot on him. Out to Taylor. Taylor drives in. Misses a shot badly. Rebound to Brick. Brick gets it to Glasscock. Glasscock on the right side. Glasscock around. Gets it over to Brick. Brick right side. Looking for someone to help him out. Goes to Dre. Braden Dre. Works it to the top of the key. Puts one up from the free throw line. Good! Got the roll.
Got the shooter's touch there, and we're down to 6-point game here. 3:15 to go.
That's 17 for Braden Dre, and the Indians are within 6 with plenty of time. 3:06 remaining, and timeout called by Johnston. A 30-second timeout.
You know, and what we talked about in the last timeout came to fruition. Johnson, every time they went down the floor, only getting one shot, and the Indianola D coming up with some big defensive rebounds. And of course, you got to finish on the other end, which they're doing.
Another Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Foul situation still the same. 2 timeouts left for Johnston, 3 for Indianola. Possession arrow does favor Johnston. Whether it's a sudden injury, chronic issue, or nagging pain, you want to walk in and be seen. For the choice is Capital. For more information and a list of services, go to dsmcapitalortho.com. 62-56 with 3:05 remaining in the game. Indianola was down by as many as 16 heading into the fourth quarter, and they have outscored Johnston by a score of 17-7 in this quarter. Johnston has the ball. Here he is, Proctor with it. Talon Proctor to Richardson. Richardson, he will put it up, and no shot. They call him for travel. Brady Blake fell down, and you might as well give Brady that assist on the travel, because I'm wondering if Richardson thought, am I going to get called for a charge or something? And
definitely felt like a delayed whistle there.
Now here's Wilmot with the ball. Wilmot to Blake. Blake over to Brick. He'll take the three again. Good again!
Oh, Brick's feeling it. He is
Bennett
totally
Brick, his 15th, and it's a 3-point lead for the Dragons. 62-59. Proctor now with the ball. Proctor drives in, stops, has to have help, gets it outside. Here is Roosh with the ball. Back over to Proctor. Talon Proctor down the lane, puts it up, missed it. Rebound to Brick. He'll get it to Dre. 2:12 remaining. Underhand to Blake. Back to Dre. Dre over to Blake. Blake, he gets tied up and thrown to the ground, and they're going to call a tie-up, and that's going to go to Johnston.
Wow, that's a tough call there. I felt like a police report should have been filed there when he went in there.
You know something about those, too.
I do.
It's becoming a rather physical game all of a sudden.
They are definitely playing ball out there.
Now here is Tornabane. Tornabane, a three, no good. Rebound goes to Roosh, and they'll reset everything with 1:49 remaining. Proctor has the ball now. Proctor in between the rings, goes to Richardson. Richardson in the lane, goes to a cutting Roosh, and he scores.
Yeah, just a breakdown there, just a little over-aggressive defense, and they got the easy basket.
Dre has it for Indianola, trailing by 5 with 1.5 to go. Dre has it top of the key, goes on the high post to Wilmot, and he gets it tucking out from him, but he'll have 2 shots after he gets fouled. It's on Prestige Taylor, his first.
And these free throws right here, these are why coaches have the players shoot these at the tail end of practice when everybody's dog tired.
Wilmot, first shot is good. He's got 12, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. In fact, Indianola's only missed 1 free throw all night. Second one on the way. He got that one to go. 2 huge free throws for Charlie Wilmot, 13 points, 64-61 now. So 1 possession game with 1:20 remaining. Here's Taylor with the ball, over to Tornabane. Tornabane goes to Richardson, back to Taylor. Prestige Taylor dribbles inside, gets it knocked away, and Brady Blake comes up with it. He comes up, he will lay it in. Brady Blake with 8, and he had Johnston players hanging all over him.
Great move.
1-point game with 54 seconds remaining. Taylor now with it. Taylor, and a timeout called by Johnston. Another 60-second timeout for the Dragons.
Gritty performance right now by the Indians in this fourth quarter. No matter how this game shakes out, Derek, this is going to be one they remember for the rest of the year, how hard they're working and that they're battling back and not giving up. So great effort out here, and hopefully we can finish this thing out.
49.9 to go in this game. 64-63, Johnston leading Indianola. Another Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset, 64-63. Timeout situation. Johnston is down to 1 remaining. Indianola with 3. Indianola still with 8 fouls. Any foul from here on out by Indianola will put Johnston at the line, but it's still a 1-1 for 1 more foul. Johnston has 1 more to give. If they need to give a foul, they've got 1 more to give before putting Indianola at the line. Possession arrow also now favors Indianola.
Well, and that's a good thing in case there's a tie up here, but right here, Indianola needs to stop. Got to have it right here.
So, inbounding is Roosh with 49.9 to go. Here's Prestige Taylor. Taylor, top of the key, goes over to Tornabane. 18 to shoot. Prestige Taylor inside, gets it over to Roosh. Roosh now down to 10 seconds to shoot. Roosh drives the baseline, puts it up, missed a shot, battle for the rebound. It is saved, but inside to Dre. Indianola can win it here, 27 seconds remaining. Here's Bennett Brick, a 3, no good. Rebound to Charlie Wilmot, and timeout Indianola.
What an incredible sequence there. Indianola fighting, getting the huge offensive rebound from Charlie Wilmot and keeping their hopes alive with 19 seconds to go.
19 to go, Indianola trailing 64-63. Indianola is saying, we were here last night, I think.
Yeah, who's going to step up and be the hero?
Yeah, well, it's not going to be Heimball. He fouled out with 5:09 remaining in the game, so someone else is going to have to be the hero tonight.
And, something we haven't talked about pretty much the whole broadcast, they're doing this against a bigger school without their leader, Drew Kingery, on the floor. And so, this is a game that come the end of February and maybe into March, you could build on it and say, hey, we've been here before.
Drew Kingery out with an injury. He was out last night, and not sure the severity of the injury, but it's going to be some time, but it's hopefully not a season-ending injury. It doesn't look like it is.
So right here, I think you gotta play for the last shot here. You want to give yourself a shot and maybe enough time to catch a rebound if you don't make the initial hit. but you don't want to leave too much time on the clock
Right.
for Johnston here.
I've always heard coaches say start your offense at about 10 and shoot the ball at about 5 so you can maybe tip it in at the buzzer. Here we go. Blake will trigger in, and a steal, but could not catch up to it, was Talon Proctor, and that's they kill about a second there on the clock. So Blake, and he's going to inbound from the corner, which is not an easy place to inbound the ball.
Especially when you have 6'3" Jalen Richardson in front of you.
Blake looks. He will lob it, but it's caught by Wilmot. He'll get it to Dre. Mosen over and back. That was inches. Here is Dre with 11 seconds and timeout. Indianola just was not doing anything. Dre nearly, there had to have been maybe a half inch from.
There wasn't much daylight between the half-court line and his sneaker, I'll tell you that.
Now you're down to 9 seconds remaining, so you're going to have to draw up something quick. With the height and length inside, do you risk taking something from the outside? I mean, you don't need a 3, but, it's been hard at times to get inside for Indianola tonight.
Yeah, the nice thing is if you do get the ball inside and you go up, I guarantee you're going to have a Johnston defender on you, and you got a good shot of maybe drawing a foul. So even if you miss the basket, you still get 2 shots and a chance to win the ball game. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. But I would think Coach Ebling strikes me as a take the best available kind of guy. And so he's probably coaching his team, hey, if you have the shot, take it. And he has confidence in all the guys out there on the floor.
So
what a story this would be.
Bennett Brick will inbound. 9.8 seconds remaining in the game. Brick inbounding on the near side of the court. He'll lob it into Dre. Dre will have it with 8, with 7. Dre drives in. He will lay it up. Good! Braden Dre with 2 seconds to go. Drove in and laid it in the hole. And he just decided, you know what? I'm going to take it. I don't care who's in my way.
What a fantastic play by Dre there. He saw that he had an opening. He recognized Johnston defender slid over, but he was like, I'm taking this to the rack, and he laid it in beautifully. And wow, what a finish by Braden Dre. And now we've got about 2 seconds left on the clock, and Johnston's pretty much going to have to go to the length of the floor here. So buckle up, and wow. Derek, you couldn't have asked for a better game on a Saturday afternoon.
I'll tell you what, the girls' game, and we kind of knew the girls' would struggle against arguably the best team in all of Iowa right now. And you were here when I talked to Coach Ebling, but he was Coach Jensen. He was very positive about it. He said, "Hey, we knew going in it was going to be, a next to impossible task." But he admired the fight in his girls, and honestly, I think it gets them ready for Pella coming up on Tuesday.
Absolutely. You always learn something from those teams that are maybe better than you. And, when they go in and play Pella, nothing against Pella, but they're going to be like, well, this isn't Johnston.
They're not Johnston in any way, shape, or form. And I think Pella will even tell you that. 3.2 seconds remain in the game. Indianola will not guard the inbound, and now Coach Ebling will call a timeout. He wanted to see the setup that Johnston had. So now if you're Johnston, do you change the play any, knowing that, okay, they saw what we were set up as? Do we have an alternate play that we go to?
Well, and coaches always use trickery and deception, and they might have had it said, hey, we're going to send you out in this set, knowing most likely that they were going to do something different. So it's hard to know, but they're getting a chance to talk about it. But whatever it is, they're going to have to make at least a half-court throw, I think, in order to have a reasonable shot at getting a basket here. So, it's going to be interesting how this goes. And I like not putting anybody on the inbound.
Essentially have 6 on 5.
Yep.
I've always liked that, too.
Yep.
Some coaches will say, hey, I want to guard the inbound, but here it is, 3.2 seconds to go. Inbounding is Roosh. Roosh gets it in to Proctor. Proctor will launch, and it will be no good. Off the backboard, and Indianola comes back from 17 down to win it over Johnston, 65-64.
What a finish. What a finish. Great job by both teams, but Indianola showing some real grit tonight and coming through with a big win.
65-64 is your final score. We will have the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show coming up on KNIA-KRLS.com.
With over 30 years of experience, Parker Signs is widely known throughout the Midwest for their solutions to signage. Using the most innovative process in the industry today, they will work with you from design conception through fabrication to provide you with the highest quality product possible. When other sign makers find a challenge beyond their capability, they recommend Parker Signs. Call John today at 515-962-0330. Parker Signs and Graphics, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics. Go Indians!
We're back and ready to hand out more scholarship money in 2023. Community First Credit Union is awarding $50,000 in scholarships to our members who are planning to attend college or vocational school this fall. If that's you, apply today by visiting cfirstcu.com for a chance to earn free money towards your education. Deadline to submit your application is February 15th. Community First Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Let's face it, in Iowa, when it comes to winter weather, you never know what you're going to get. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever's happening outside, your furnace is prepared to handle it? With quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning by your side, you'll have the confidence to know you'll have that quality warmth inside all winter long. So when it comes to staying warm this winter, call Joe at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola.
Back here at Indianola, this is a Greater Iowa Credit Union radio post-game show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve better. And Indianola, for the second night in a row, is a winner at or near the buzzer. Braden Dre lays it up with 3.2 seconds to go, and to put Indianola up 65-64, completing a comeback from 17 points down heading into the fourth quarter. And I tell you, Rob, that was fun to watch with the Indians just making all those shots there in that, especially Bennett Brick just coming out and just making clutch threes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, very easy. They could have just said, you know what, today's not our day. And they settled down, and with about 6 minutes to go in that fourth quarter, you could just see them kind of hunker down, and they literally took every possession seriously and clawed down on the defensive end and said, you're only getting one shot, if any at all. And what a remarkable performance. Great coaching, and Indianola definitely on a high the last few nights. I bet they're going to enjoy their Saturday night.
Well, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back, see Coach Ebeling coming up here. We'll take a timeout on the Greater Iowa Federal Credit Union radio postgame show on KNIA-KRLS.com.
Yeah. It's a new year with new deals at your Indianola Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee fresh whole chicken is just $1.67 a pound. Hy-Vee tomato or chicken noodle soup, 49 cents a can. Hy-Vee cottage cheese is just 99 cents. Healthy choice steamers, 4 for $9. And Honey Crisp apples are just $1.98 a pound. Just a sampling of the deals this week at your Indianola Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
We've all been there. Winters in Iowa, nothing in the fridge, a hungry family at home, and snow slowly piling up. Don't go out this winter if you don't have to, and with Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola, you don't have to go anywhere. The Godfather's Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m. Friday through Sunday. So let the snow fall and the family eat when you enjoy that great Godfather's taste you know and love at Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola. Call 515-961-6730 and make that delivery order now.
Back here at Indianola High School, Indians win it by a score of 65-64. on the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio post-game show. And joining us now, before we talk to Coach Jeff Ebeling, the hero of tonight, Braden Dre. Braden, congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay, you're down by 17 points going into the fourth quarter, and they were playing well. You were struggling.
Yeah.
What changed?
We just had to start getting shots. I mean, we weren't really. They were really making us uncomfortable, and we just had to figure out a way. We just started getting to the hoop more, kicking it out. Shots started falling for us. Bennett hit a couple big ones, and that kind of helped us get back into it.
Bennett Bricks had so many clutch threes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see Indianola a lot, but just hearing about him in football and other sports, I mean, he's got that mindset that, okay, give it to me, I'll make it.
Yeah, he is. He can make it.
Throughout the game, both teams kind of were trading punches. Was it really that physical? It seemed physical up here.
Oh, yeah, it was. They were really backing us down and getting right to the hoop, and yeah, it was tough. It was tough to guard.
You for right now you've lost your stud Kingery, but you guys have won the last two. What does that tell you about this team, that your big guy goes down, but you can still figure out a way to win?
This team has character, and we're going for each other. We're a family, and we're a lot better with him, but without him, every game's going to be a battle, and we know that. So.
And, two signature wins. Good Dallas Center Grimes team last night, a pretty good Johnston team, despite their record. How does this game get you ready for, say, and I know you're not thinking about it, but, February and March coming up?
It gives us some confidence knowing that we're good without Drew, and putting him back into that lineup hopefully in February is just going to make us even better, I think.
You've got a good Pella team coming in, all their tradition coming up. This little Hawkeye Conference is a grind. And what are you guys thinking? Because you're the leaders now, and how do you approach that game knowing you're going to get everybody's best shot?
We just got to go and do it like every other game. Just play tough defense and just let the shots come to us and play together. See how it goes.
All right. Congratulations, Braden.
Thank you.
That's Braden Dre. And we will take a timeout, and we'll talk to Coach Jeff Ebeling right after this. You're listening to Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show on KNIA-KRLS.com.
Nothing is tougher on your vehicle than winters in Iowa. From road salt to icy roads to potholes and freezing temps, the last thing you want is to be stranded with a broken down vehicle when winter is at its worst. When it comes to servicing your vehicle this winter, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola. Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has a team of qualified service technicians qualified to help you with all your service-related needs to keep your vehicle running throughout the cold months ahead. Stop into Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola and get your vehicle serviced now. When shopping around for your internet provider, convenience is key. IMU Fiber's local and community-focused customer care reduces wait time for support, improves response time for service issues, brings hometown values to broadband services. IMU Fiber delivers a better broadband experience to Indianola homes and businesses. Utilizing a future-proof fiber network platform, they provide unmatched reliability so their customers will experience fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. Did I mention no contracts, no data caps, and no fine print? Just great service from people you know. IMU Fiber in Indianola.
Back here at Indianola High School on the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show. Talking now to Indianola coach Jeff Ebeling. Okay, the last two nights, how's the heart going? How's that heart doing?
Well, it's still beating. That's a positive.
Yeah.
Maybe last two nights, I tell you what, there's a lot of things, a lot of emotions there. Both not just for us as a coaching staff, but those players. But we found a way, and that's all that matters in the end.
17 points down at one point, I think. 16 going into the fourth quarter. What is the mindset? What's the mood in the huddle in between the quarters there?
Well, after the third quarter, when I saw we were down 16, I go, listen, we got to split this last 8 minutes into 2-minute segments. We got to win each one by 4. And the shot clock now, we just got to be really efficient offensively. I thought we did a great job in that fourth quarter rebounding. They really didn't get any second chance opportunities, and that's a big part of why we got into it. And then we had guys that make some plays. Bennett Brick came in, hit 5 threes tonight, I think. That was big for us for him to step up tonight. Last night was Dakota Heimball stepping up. Today Braden, looks like Bennett and Chuck, all of them stepped up. in big ways for us offensively, and we're happy with it. And Johnston's they're always a good, solid ball club, and we're just happy we can find a way to get this one.
Bennett Brick just clutch threes, and not surprising, hearing about all his exploits with football and all the other sports. I mean, the kid just probably has clutch inside him.
Well, he's starting to find that rhythm too. Early in the season, he might just struggle a little bit, shooting the basketball, but he has really found it here the last, I would say, week or two since winter break practices really started. And, he's gaining confidence just like everyone else. And, when we're down a player, that can see significant minutes, and these guys are stepping up and making plays, and we're finding ways to win. That shows how great of a team this really can be, especially going down the stretch. And
you did that last 2 nights without Drew Kingery. I guess that shows the character of your team, too, to see your big guy go down, but then say, hey, we got this. Yeah, and, we always talk about, Indianola, we're more than just one guy. We've got a lot of guys that can play basketball and a lot of guys that can shoot it. And the last couple of nights we've had a bunch of people step up. Tonight it just happened to be Braden and Bennett, and Chuck. And, come Tuesday night against Pella, we don't know who will step up, but we know that we just got to continue to get better. They're going to enjoy their day off tomorrow, having 3 games this week. They need a day off, and, we'll get back to practice on Monday, and we'll get ready for a very tough Pella team coming in on Tuesday. What when you get into practice Monday, what are some of the things you're wanting to work on, to maybe be a little more efficient and not have to be down by 16 and, win it at the end, maybe win it comfortably for a change? Well, Johnston did a pretty good job of, how they handled us. They really kept us on one side of the floor. And we kind of fell into the trap of not reversing the basketball, and we kind of played on one side. So once we started kind of reversing it, we had some better looks. We got some opportunities to get to the paint, and, it's something that we'll definitely learn on film. These guys are also kind of film junkies. They watch, quite a bit throughout each week, and, that's why we can find ways to win. There's a lot of sets that Johnston ran that we knew were coming. I thought we defended them very well, and then, that forces them to do stuff that they're not used to. That's part of the game. We got to make sure we play defense. And like I said, Johnston, they came in, they played really well. Proctor kid, hitting 3 threes and things, putting up 19. And the Richardson kid, the 10th grader, he's quite the player, getting 21 tonight. So, we found a way, and that's what matters the most. Some teams avoid teams like Johnston, and they're a bigger school, even though they are a 4A. How does this get you ready for later in the season, or team like Pella coming in, who's got a tradition of getting to state and winning state championships very recently? Well, we talk about every day about you just got to continue to fight. You got to continue to shrink the game down. Don't think of it 32 minutes. Think of it in 2-minute segments. And if you win enough of those, you're going to see success. And in Pella, yes, they're very rich in tradition. They always have been. Coach Schulte does a good job over there, and we know he's going to come in with a good game plan on Tuesday. And I'll be watching film, I believe, all day tomorrow to try to get ready for Pella, and it's going to be a good battle there on Tuesday night. Well, good win today, and we'll see what you can do down the road. Good talking to you, and best luck. Thank you very much. That's Jeff Ebeling, an Indianola boys basketball coach. We'll be back for more on the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show on KLIA-KBLS.com.
A new year means new projects, and what better place to get all your new project supplies than McCoy True Value in Indianola. Stop in and take advantage of their January bargains of the month, featuring a Stanley Fastmax 35-foot tape measure for just $18.99. Get things packed up from the holidays with their Sterlite 64-quart latching storage box for just $9.99, and do all those indoor projects in comfort with a Comfort Zone Deluxe oil-filled radiator heater for just $49.99. Get those projects started now with McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Let's face it, in Iowa, when it comes to winter weather, you never know what you're going to get. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever's happening outside, your furnace is prepared to handle it? With quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning by your side, you'll have the confidence to know you'll have that quality warmth inside all winter long. So when it comes to staying warm this winter, call Joe at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola.
Back here at Indianola as we continue on the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio Postgame Show. Take a look at the Yarman Ford Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Key play it's kind of one and the same. The key play, layup by Braden Dre, wins it, and Bennett Bricks, our player of the game. I mean, just clutch all fourth quarter. He had 4 of his 5 3-point makes in the fourth quarter alone.
Yeah, and he just stepped up, and no moment was too big for him. You know, he's a great football athlete as well, and you know, when the pressure was on, Bennett thrives, and he just kept Indianola in the game and actually helped them crawl back, and had a couple big rebounds as well, and so his contribution today was immeasurable, especially in light of not having Drew Kingery out there, and they were running on a short turnaround from last night, an emotionally draining game from last night with you know, one less body than they're used to, and for Bennett to step up and have the legs to shoot 4 threes in the fourth quarter, unreal.
That's a look at the DeArmond Ford Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. Well, tonight's Razor Roof moment of the game presented by the Indianola YMCA. I don't think you'll have to think much about that. Razor Roof moment is by Braden Dre when he laid it in with 3.2 seconds remaining. And that was our Razor Roof moment of the game presented by Indianola YMCA. No matter where you are on your journey, the Y is where you want to be, belonging, and become. Explore their options and offerings and discover new ways to connect to your purpose, potential, and each other at your Indianola YMCA. Tonight's creative idea presented by Swagabees, and I'll kind of give that to Coach Ebeling for drawing up that play where Dre put it up and in, and you know, I made the comment that Dre just literally did not care who was in front of him. He was going to he's bound determined he's going to get to the basket.
Yeah, and, you know, he was, you know, the big players always play big when the moment is brightest. And, you know, Braden recognized that he had a lane. Coach talked about how he drew up the play for him, and the alternative was to kick it out to who else but Bennett Brick since he had the hot hand. But Braden recognized that, hey, I'm going to take this to the rack, and it worked out. And, you know, great win for Indianola tonight. And you know, this is really going to be a game that they remember, you know, come towards the mid-February when it gets to crunch time.
That's been tonight's creative idea presented by Swagabees. Create your own coffee mugs, tumblers, shirts, and more with whatever designs you can imagine. Family photo or a hobby you want to brag about, they can do it at Swagabees. Time now for tonight's Drive to the Basket presented by Z Eatery and Draft House. Might as well, Braden Dre, the winner. That's the Drive to the Basket. Tonight's Drive to the Basket presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. They're making it easy for me today on all these.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say Charlie Wilmot gets an honorable mention.
Yes.
Midway through that fourth quarter when he had a nice, powerful drive and got the score and got that thing down to under double digits. And so honorable mention.
Stop in and make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's Eatery and Draft House before the next big game. We will come back. We'll have the look ahead, final scoreboard update, and wrap it up right after this. You're listening to the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame on KNIA, KFLS.com.
Authorization, enrollment, and activation activities are required. Receive all services. Contact institution for details. That's the sound of getting big interest on your Kasasa checking balance.
Yes!
ATM withdrawal fees, refunded nationwide, and it's easy to earn rewards.
So easy!
No monthly maintenance fee. So not only are you earning cash, you're saving on fees the other guys charge.
I've had so much coffee!
Take back banking and get paid to do it with Kasasa Cash.
Kasasa available at People's Bank in Knoxville, Pleasantville, Milo, Lacona, Seymour, Indianola, and Carlisle. Member FDIC.
Houston's on Main in Milo is home to Milo's best wood oven pizza. But it's not just pizza. From Spaghetti Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, to ribs on Fridays, as well as a full kids menu, adult beverages of every kind, Houston's on Main is the place to eat for everyone. Stop in and enjoy live music or have some fun with karaoke. There's something for everyone at Houston's on Main in Milo.
Thank you again for keeping us strong and growing from our family here at Houston's, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
When your commercial heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Heinz Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order. Our experienced technicians can take on any obstacle your business comfort system throws at you, whether it's time for an emergency repair, a regular tune-up, or a new system installation. Schedule your appointment by calling Steve at Hines Mechanical, 515-337-2074. Hines Mechanical, we fix it right the first time, specializing on commercial properties.
It's a new year with new deals at your Indianola Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee fresh whole chicken is just $1.67 a pound. Hy-Vee tomato or chicken noodle soup, 49 cents a can. Hy-Vee cottage cheese is just 99 cents. Healthy choice steamers, 4 for $9. And Honey Crisp apples are just $1.98 a pound. Just a sampling of the deals this week at your Indianola Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Back here at Indianola for a final time on the Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. Let's take a final look at the Forest Septic Environmental Services Radio scoreboard finals here in high school. Indianola girls fall to Johnston 67-30. The boys win it over the Dragons 65-64. Local colleges, Simpson defeats Luther today in women's basketball 70-54. And Luther has a 39-38 lead at the halftime in the men's game. On the other side of our coverage area, Loris is leading Central men at the half, 36-35. And don't yet have a score or final score for the Loris and Central women's game. In the Big 12, Iowa State gets by Texas Christian 69-67. Northern Iowa gets a win over Southern Illinois 69-57. Drake and Murray State, that is tipping off here in about 22 minutes from right now. And of course, tomorrow afternoon, I believe, Iowa is at Rutgers. Not the easiest places to play out there in Piscataway, New Jersey, which several Big Ten teams have found out.
Purdue just found that out.
Yeah, Purdue has found that out. Indiana has found that out. I don't care who you are not going to get out of that the Jimmy John's Center easily with a win. That was a Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard, proudly serving Iowa since 1918, number 1 in the number 2 business. Taking a look at the road ahead, presented by Downey Tire Pros. The road ahead for Indianola is that green P on the wall over there. Pella coming to town on Tuesday. It's going to be Andrew Schneider, and I believe Rick Wilson will be on the call for that on 94.3 KNIA for that game. And then next Friday is a trip into Marion County to play Pella Christian. Not sure who's going to be on the broadcast for that. And then next Saturday is Waukee right here. And I think you're on with somebody. I think Andrew Schneider is going to be making a trip over here to help out. Of course, as if you're just tuning in and wondering where's Andrew Swadner, he is taking a well-deserved vacation this week. And he must have won a world championship because he's in Disney World right now. But, Andrew, thanks for listening, and we'll try to keep the winning streak alive for the Indians. That was Road Ahead, presented by Downey Tire Pros, locally owned and operated. Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. And this has been the Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve better. Rob, thanks a lot for your help.
That is a pleasure.
Good to meet you, and we'll hopefully keep things rolling here in Indianola. I mean, I cover one school, but I want all the schools in the area to have success, and maybe we'll all be up at Wells Fargo in March and February.
Let's go ahead and book it.
Yeah, there we go. Well, a reminder, your next broadcast of high school basketball will be Tuesday as the Indians take on Pella, and we'll have the pregame at around 6 o'clock. For Rob Hawkins, I'm Derek Cardwell. One to countdown for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, KRLS.com, and the Indianola Activities YouTube. So long, everybody.
Thanks for tuning into this exclusive presentation of South Central Iowa high school basketball coverage on KNIA and KRLS, streaming at KNIA-KRLS.com and on your free KNIA and KRLS mobile apps. Check out the full broadcast and stream schedule for our area high school basketball teams at KNIA-KRLS.com by clicking on the live radio sports guide in the sports section. Thanks again for tuning in. The one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.